it's Charla with Freezer Meals 101. Welcome to this week's What's for Dinner, where I take our freezer meals and show you how we transform those into what we eat every day. This week we had seafood curry, which is a pasta dish that has like incredible flavors. It's one of our favorites and we make it almost every freezer meal session. We also had our chicken asparagus casserole, and what else? Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Okay, I got it. We had the Mediterranean chicken, which was a new recipe this time that we tried out. It's just something I kind of invented. It was really good, nice, fresh summer flavors in that, and we served that with some side vegetables. We also had spaghetti and garlic bread, and we had walking tacos. Now, the reason that we had walking tacos, even though we are not camping, is because I filmed a video this week on freezer meals for camping. So be sure to check that out. I will stick the link right there. And my kids were thrilled because it meant that we could have walking tacos even though we're still at home. So let's get to it. Sometimes when we make the seafood penne, we cook up the noodles as we're assembling the freezer meal. This time we didn't do that. Sometimes the noodles can become a little bit, not exactly mushy, but they break apart a bit when we're reheating it in the skillet if we've cooked the noodles ahead and put them in the freezer bag. So this time we only made the sauce, and the sauce is so flavorful. It's got curry, mango tangerine juice, sun-dried tomatoes. I'm not explaining it very well, but I'll put the link down below, and I'll also put the link to the video where we made it, and you can see exactly what I mean as far as this amazing medley of flavors. You've also got some mushrooms in there and onions and all kinds of goodness. And we attached the bag of seafood separately. Now for Christy's family, they do scallops and the prawns. Our family only does the prawns, and then Christy always gives me 2 scallops in my bag so that I can have scallops because the rest of my family doesn't enjoy them, but I do. So that's a quick one to just cook the sauce up in the skillet and then cook the pasta and put those together, serve it with some Parmesan, and if you want, you can do some red pepper flakes, and that's it. For the chicken asparagus bake, it already has your cooked chicken, cooked rice, and the asparagus and cheese and sauce in there. So it's really easy to just take it from the freezer bag, dump it in the casserole dish. It cooks up really fast in the oven. So it's a nice one. Now, technically it already has a vegetable in it with the asparagus, but it's not got a lot of vegetables. So I just served that with a side of raw veggies and dip. The kids always like to have veggies and dip. And then we had Mediterranean chicken the other night. That was an invention recipe this last time that we made freezer meals. It turned out really well. I thought the flavors were great for summer. We served it with roasted beets, squash, and sweet potatoes. Those are some of our go-to vegetables for side dishes because we all like them and they're just really easy to cook up. Spaghetti is always a winner, and my family is never gonna complain about a spaghetti night. So this week when we had I pulled out the spaghetti sauce in the morning before I left. I went, it was actually a hospital day with my daughter that day, so I was gone all day, but when I got home, I could just quickly cook up the spaghetti noodles, throw the garlic bread in the oven, and just reheat that spaghetti sauce. Now, I had planned on doing a Caesar salad, but like I said, that was a really busy day, and so I didn't get to it. I even thought of just picking up like a pre-made Caesar salad on the way home, but I was too tired. So as it sat, we just had spaghetti and garlic bread. Not completely balanced meal, but it was delicious. Everybody loved it. And then for our walking tacos, I just took our taco meat, which when we make our taco meat, we actually put a little bit more than just your ground beef or veggie beef and taco seasoning and water in there. In ours, we've got some chili sauce, I believe, and some cheese. And so just melts up really nicely. We love our taco meat. Walking tacos are one of those favorite camping foods for our family. And so to make those, we just took our pre-made taco meat out of the freezer, and then everybody had their individual bags of Doritos. You can use Fritos or other kinds of chips also, but this time we just all used different flavors of Doritos. And then we added the taco meat in there with whatever other toppings that they wanted. So I provided like lettuce, tomatoes, green onions, cheese, avocado, hot sauce, salsa, and they could add whatever they wanted to their bag. And then of course you've got your little dinner in a bag or tacos in a bag. So that one's always gonna be a big hit with the kids. And actually, it's a pretty big hit with the adults too. If you're looking for some ideas for what kind of freezer meals you can bring with you camping to make that trip go a lot easier, because you know how those trips are not quite as much of a break for the mom as they are for the kids. Well, anyway, we've got you covered in our camping freezer meals video, so be sure to click. I will put it over here, and you can check that out. Thanks again for joining me this week as I took you through what our family ate for dinner, and happy cooking.